Okay, guys, here's my information. This is Ventures Level 2. This is our last day on Unit 10 for free time. This is for Wednesday, June the 17th, and this is part 2. I also want to remind you this is the last day of the semester, so we'll have 2 weeks off, and then we'll start back with Unit 1. But if you want to stay in the class, even if it's online, through YouTube, you will still need to register. Okay, so we're gonna be working on some grammar today, and I have typed out a few sentences, and I'm gonna give you some words to choose from. So. Okay, so would it be I wrote a letter or I write a letter to Eva this morning, or I wrote a letter to Eva this morning? It would be I wrote. Because we're talking about the past, right? Because it's back this morning, Okay. Let's look at cookies, 2 and 2 cookies. Okay. Would it be they gave cookies to her, or they gave 2 cookies her? It's cookies to. They gave cookies to her, right? Number 3, we're going to use the name Pam and to Pam. Okay, so Nick gave Pam a gift, or Nick gave to Pam a gift. It's going to be Nick gave Pam a gift. Okay, number 4, we're going to do him and to him. So which one is going to sound and be correct? She sent books him. She sent books to him. We're going to say to him. Okay? And the last one. Okay. Judy brought flowers to mother, or Judy brought flowers to my mother. It's to my. Okay, so there's a little quick grammar review. Now we're going to read this paragraph, and then we're going to answer some yes and no questions. I'm going to go ahead and delete this off of here and see if we can't bring up some space. Okay, Mrs. Taylor's retirement, or Mrs. Taylor's party. And see the indent here? So when we write and we make a paragraph, we always want to tab over for an indent. Mrs. Taylor retired from her job last week. Her co-workers had a party for her. They sent invitations to her friends and family. One co-worker bought a card, and everyone wrote a special message to her. She likes to read, so her co-workers bought her a lot of books. Now she has a lot of time to relax and read all those new books. Okay, Mrs. Taylor's co-workers had a graduation party for her. Yes or no? No. Right? And we have to write our sentence to make it yes. So Mrs. Taylor co-workers had a retirement party for her. Not a graduation party, a retirement party. Her co-workers invited her friends and her family. That's yes. See, they sent invitations to her friends and family. Mrs. Taylor wrote a special message to her coworkers. That again, that's no. Mrs. Taylor's co-workers wrote her a special message. Okay, so she didn't write it. The co-workers did in the card, right? Mrs. Taylor likes to read. Yeah, they bought her a bunch of books because they knew that she likes to read. So the answer is yes. And 5, she'd like to give the books to her co-workers. That's no. Her co-workers gave books to Mrs. Taylor. Okay, so now I'm going to erase this stuff right here, these questions that we just did, but I'm going to leave the paragraph because what we're going to do is we're going to write a thank you note. So Mrs. Taylor is going to have to write a thank you note to her co-workers, right? Because they gave her this party and they bought her these books. So let's write a thank you note. So we're going to use today's date, which is June the 17th, 2020. And we don't really know the names of the co-workers. So we're going to say, dear everyone, or co-workers. You may want, if you were sending this in an email, you may just want to put everybody's name separately. But for the sake of this, we're just going to say dear everyone because we don't know the names of her co-workers. But if Mrs. Taylor was actually writing the thank you note, she would know their names and she would put that there. Okay? We're going to say thank you for the lovely books. I will really enjoy them now that I will have time to read. Reading is one of my favorite things to do to relax. Okay, so we said thank you for the books, and then we talked about why she liked them, because she has a lot of time to relax and read those new books. Okay, so she said thank you for the books, that she really likes them, and that they're going to help her relax. And then we're going to say thank you for the party for hosting me a retirement party. I really had a great time, and I hope you did as well. Okay, so she's saying thank you for the party. She's telling them that she had a really great time and that she hopes they had a great time too. Okay, and so the last thing that you're going to have to write is, we're going to say warm regards. And we don't know her name other than Miss Taylor. But, you know, if it's people you know well, you'll probably use your first name when you sign a note. Okay? So, dear everyone, thank you for the lovely books. I will really enjoy them now that I have time to read. Reading is one of my favorite things to do to relax. And thank you for hosting me a retirement party. I really had a great time, and I hope you did as well. Warm regards, Mrs. Taylor. Okay, I'm going to put this back on the screen because also you can pause it and go ahead and write your own thank you note that's for by Mrs. Taylor using that information, and because you can write something totally different. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video and I'll clear the screen and then we'll keep going. Okay, let's look at some matching, and we have some questions on the left and we have some answers on the right, and then let's see which one goes with which. Number 1 says, where did you go? Where did you go? 2, would you like some tea? Would you like some tea? Number 3, what did you do? What did you do? Number 4, which restaurant do you like? Which restaurant do you like? Number 5, could you repair the dryer? Okay, so and we have, I like Nick's Pizzeria. B, I'd be happy to. C, yes, I would. D, I got married. Or E, I went to a party. Okay, where did you go? So we know we're looking for a place, right? Or an event. So it's going to be E, I went to a party. Right? I went to a party. Okay, let me see here. So this is going to be E, right? I went to a party. We'll do it like that. Would you like some tea? So we know this is going to be a yes or no question. So the only one like that is C, yes, I would. So would you like some tea? Yes, I would. What did you do? What did you do? So we know the answer is going to be an action, something someone did. So the only one that makes sense is D, I got married. Okay, which restaurant do you like? So we know we're looking for a name of a restaurant in the answer. So the only one is A, I like Nick's Pizzeria. So which restaurant do you like? I like Nick's Pizzeria. Could you repair the dryer? So we know they're going to tell him either yes, they can, or no, they can't. So the answer is B, I'd be happy to. They're telling him that they can repair the dryer. They'd be happy to. Okay, so there's some little a little bit of grammar, and I'm going to erase this, and then we're going to do some more reading. Okay, so here's a note. Dear Mr. Stevens, I am happy to write a recommendation for Lily Lee. I met Lily in 2016. She began to work for us part-time, but she got promoted to full-time after she graduated in 2017. She has many job duties in our office. She prepares reports. She takes notes at meetings. She handles money and deals with customers. She does all her jobs very well. Her co-workers like her very much. Lily wants to move to Chicago with her new husband. We are happy for Lily, but we are sad to lose her. I recommend Lily very highly. Sincerely, Victoria Banks, Human Resource Assistant. And on the paper, it says Acme Offices Incorporated, 1378 North Riverdale Drive, Plumpton, New York, 10036. So let's answer some yes and no questions. Was Lily promoted in 2017? Yes. She got promoted in 2017 after she graduated, right? Victoria Banks met Lily after she graduated. No. She met Lily in 2016, and she didn't graduate until 2017, right? Lily worked full-time before she graduated. No. You can say Lily worked part-time before she graduated. Okay? Lily handles money and deals with customers. Yeah, she does, right? Right up here. Handles money and deals with customers. Lily got married. Yeah, she did. Because she's looking for a new job because she wants to move to Chicago with her husband, right? So what kind of letter is this? What kind of letter is this? It's called a letter of recommendation. If you are looking for a job, you can ask maybe who you're working for if they can write you a letter of recommendation, and it will help you get a job if you're have good letters of recommendation. So yeah, you would want to maybe even get them from a couple of different employers if you could. Okay, who wrote the who would she be writing the letter to? Mr. Stevens would be the person in Chicago that wants to hire Lily. So if you're going to write the letter of recommendation to the new boss, basically. And Victoria Banks is basically Lily's old boss. So new boss, old boss. And they're talking about Lily. So there's three people in this letter. There's the old boss, Victoria Banks, who's talking to the new boss in Chicago, Mr. Stevens, and they're talking about if Lily would be a good fit and if she's good at her job. What's the name of the company that Lily's leaving? What's the name of the company that Lily's leaving? It's Acme Offices, right? That's the job she's at now. And she's wanting to leave there to find a job in Chicago. Okay, so is this a good recommendation or a bad recommendation? It's a good one. They talked about that she's good at her job. They listed the duties that she's good at. They talked about that she's gotten promoted and that she gets along well with her coworkers. So it's a really good recommendation, and it would probably help Lily get a job when she gets to Chicago. Okay, so this is the end of part 2. Don't forget to put your name at the bottom, and don't forget that this is our last class for this semester. So come back for part 3 and we'll finish up the semester.